Alright, how you guys doing? I just got back from some NASCAR Authentics searching Saturday morning. I hit 4 different Walmarts, and I didn't really find much that I really was looking for. I was kind of trying to find some Wave 7s. I only found this David Pearson one, and the casing is ripped, so kind of disappointed, but I found a lot of Wave 1s, Wave 5s, Wave 8s, so there's a lot of cars out there in the Walmarts that I checked, but unfortunately I only found this Wave 7, and it's not even really a collectible because it's ripped, so I'll be opening that up and using it as a donor. The other thing I picked up was just this satin, kind of a plum color, aubergine paint, and so I'll be using this for a special custom. I don't really have a need for it outside of just trying something new, a little bit of a different shade. So let me show you guys what I got going on in the workshop today. So hold on a second. So as you can see, I hadn't made a whole lot of progress since my last video, but let's get after a few things here and make some progress. Alright, I got some fresh water here. Of course my hands are washed and clean. We'll get some decals on the side of this Alex Bowman car here. So let's trim this guy up. Got some Dappy T keys playing in the background like usual. That's my favorite instrumental music, that's for sure. I think I can leave these together. I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to try to leave those together. See how that works out. And then we got the B pillar here. Yeah, these decals are from Radke Racing. I had them specially made. Put in a request for him, and he did the design and all these different secondary, tertiary sponsors, and get it all sized up correctly for a 1/64 scale. So really appreciate him. I'm sure he's a busy guy. A lot of different requests for special, special decals and sets like that, but he knocked it out of the park for this one, and I really appreciate it. I don't know how busy he is or what his demands are of late, but if you're looking for a custom die cast with some decals, paint schemes that you cannot find anywhere, hit him up. I'm not going to say it's going to be, a perfect match, but he can deliver. Sure, it's not free. He's going to charge people, but at the end of the day, he can definitely work it up. It's probably not going to happen overnight either. So, but yeah, he does good work. As these decals, you can tell and attest to his work. So. We'll worry about that stuff later. I think I can do this guy. I'm working this Ricky Stenhouse as well. Back here you can see his Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Smith's car. I'm using that PTC mold there, but you can see how this is turning out. It's pretty sharp. Pre-painted black along here, so you can lay these decals over top, and you're not gonna see any red showing through. So the only thing that's a little interesting on these is, for some reason, this comes across, and then you kind of have to bend this down. You can see how it's a little bit, this comes off straighter as opposed to coming down a little bit. So as you lay this on there, you kind of have to, you got a pivot point here where you have to bend that down so that that comes down, and you got to press that in place, or you'll have like a little just a ripple right there in that corner. So you got to work that in. Microsole helps, but just a little patience, get it fully wet, and then you can bend that down into place. So all right, a couple other things I got going on back here is I got to get these ready to paint. So let's wire brush these guys, and I think this one's going to be gray, that one's going to be white. So let's get after it. And you're just trying to get any imperfections, impurities off of this, because I just basically dipped it in the stripping solution, scraped it clean, wash it off with some soap and water, but it's still got a little bit of residue on it, right? So if you can get this surface nice and clean, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But if you can get it nice and clean, the paint is going to adhere to it much better. It's going to be a smoother finish. Not going to have any, you're going to have a lot less imperfections in that finish of the paint if you get this all wire brushed up. So, highly recommend this step before you go straight to the painting. And I like to just rub this back end through this pointed area on the back of the wire brush, just to get the back side of those window areas and those A and B pillars. A little bit in here. And then every once in a while I got some steel wool here. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's not the perfect hood there. So we'll get a little bit of this going, and this just tears it up. Smooths it down real nice. Look at that. Guys, it doesn't take but just a couple minutes, right, to prep this die-cast body just a little bit more before you go to paint. So, yeah. Just a little bit. And now, so I got a little old kitchen towel here. Just going to rub any of this little residue off. So it's nice and dry and clean. Oops. And that baby is ready for paint. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see if I can show you the difference here. You can see that? Look at that. See how much shinier that is? Let's get this one going. Okay, let's get some of this. Just clean this off just a little bit. Look at that, guys. She's all ready to paint. All right. Give me a second as I transition to the painting area. All right. I'm just painting this gray with this gray primer. It's a professional primer. Gotta shake these things up good. Okay. Nice. Okay. A lot of times, guys, it's just one coat, not too thick. You saw kind of a couple light brush strokes across there. Not brush strokes, but, you know, stroke go back and forth. And then I just bring it over here. Let her dry. That doesn't take long to dry. Okay, that's the primer gray. Now let's do the white one, which is my Color Shot Marshmallow. Love this color. Love this spray. I'll just set this down here. We'll see how this works. Let's see. Now usually with this white, you got to do 2 coats for sure. So the first coat, you just want decent coverage, and then you'll come back with the second coat, and it'll be a little bit thicker the second time around. What I've noticed is on these sides, you got to get the angle low, or the very bottoms of the sides won't have an even white coverage. So I'd say that's the bottom side there. You see that? Kind of bring that down. Spray can down low. Okay. We'll let that dry. That won't take long. I can come back and coat this in just a few minutes. That's that. Let's go back over and throw some decals on that Ohio State car. Alrighty. Try to get that little fuel door over where the fuel door is on the die-cast body. Sometimes it's not easy to do that, but Come on. There you go. Didn't want to lift. And what's neat about this is you can put that guy right over top of where the seam is between these red decals, and it hides that seam a little bit better. This is hiding it a little bit. So hiding is the name of the game a lot of times when you're doing customs. Yeah, didn't need to separate those out. That looks pretty good. Spacing's pretty good. And then the Ohio State University. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going, guy? Do not want to... Okay, come here. You can see how sometimes they don't fold over on themselves. See that? The O? You get that? Just go right back over here. Get it lubricated up with more water, and then bring her back over. No reason to panic. Water is your friend when you're laying these decals. Had things fold up over on me all the time. And the thinner the decal, because you like to have that painted on look, the thinner the decal, the more easier it is for it to fold over on itself. So you're kind of in that catch-22. You want them thick enough so they don't fold over too much, but then not too thick that it doesn't look as have that painted on look, nice and smooth finish. Okay, and let's get this a little straighter. Yeah, I like it. That's the side, guys. Let's get this banner on for Ricky. Okay. And then let's get this guy started. This big piece here. I see my battery's running low. I guess I didn't charge it fully before starting the video. I apologize, but we're gonna have to probably cut this guy short. But you know what's going on here. This is the status of what's going on in the workshop today, and hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate you liking and subscribing, following along, making custom die casts, all for the glory of God, trying to do my best and share my craft with you guys as we encourage each other and trying to make these customs to the best of our ability. Collectors are happy, we're happy, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nice little hobby. As you see, all my hundreds of videos I've got posted of how I make customs. Again, hope it's an encouragement to you to try this craft and this hobby for yourself if you haven't already. And I can see I'm going to be trimming most likely here. Just ever so slightly. I don't think I need any micro sole. Come back here a little bit. Oop, not that far. Come on. There you go, right about there. Alright, give me some water. Feeling a little dry here. Okay, this is what you gotta watch. Dang it. I have my fingers on the other side, and I move some of those decals around. Alright, let's fix that. Let's get some water over here. Like I said, water's your friend. Yeah. That's why sometimes you want to let things dry before you start working other sides of things. Like I was trying to rush to get that other big piece on, but should have just waited until these dried fully before I was messing with that other side. Or you just got to keep your fingers away from the other decals you just laid down. But it's okay, you know? Don't fret if that happens. Supply some water. Straighten things out. Okay. Oh, this one's a little crooked here. Bring this guy back over. And even if this dried like out of place, before you put sealer on it, you can bring some water, let it sit, or a microsol, and just apply it on there, and then move it back into place, and then let it dry, and then seal it up. So it's never the end of the world when you're working these things. Unless you really start sealing things and they're not in position. That's when you get into a problem. Because breaking through that sealer can be a mess. But I just gotta watch my fingers on this side to not go too high over there. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope this is a video that's encouraging to you. And we'll check you out in the next video. Alright, I'll keep working this guy, show you the end result. And God bless. We'll talk to you later. Alright? Out here.